issues. First and foremost, can the plan be put into action in the midst of Syria's civil war? The White House says there'll be no quick solutions.
So I expect that this will take some time, but we also are not interested in delaying tactics, and we believe it's very important to hold Assad accountable.
Meanwhile, Russia's President Vladimir Putin has made a direct appeal to the American people. In an opinion article in the New York Times, he warns that a US military strike against Syria could increase violence and unleash a new wave of terrorism. Putin also said that if the discussions in Geneva succeed, they could open the door to cooperation on other foreign policy issues.
Here is a question for you. What do a skateboarding goat, a vacuum collector and a contortionist have in common? On the answer, you'll have all on the spot in the 2014 Guinness Book of World Records. CNN's Ted Kennedy shows us more on some of the eccentric title holders.
From the largest to the smallest to the just plain twisted. The new 2014 Guinness World Records book has it all, and European world record holders have some of the most eccentric entries.
Whenever I'm at a party, my friends are always like, Leilani, do a trick, show people what you can do. And
what she can do is twist and contort herself into clinching 3 titles in the most amazing contortionist category, including fastest human backbend walk and fastest contortion roll. She can even pour tea with her feet. James Brown of London really cleaned up this year with the largest collection of vacuums and says his Hoover hoarding started when he was just a wee lad.
I had about 6 or 7 at any one time because we were limited for space. So if I wanted another one had to go. Then as I got a bit older, I used to sneak in a few more machines, and then it started to snowball from there.
Apparently, goats can hold world records too. Just take it from Happy, who can skateboard farther than any other goat.
After she became, a Guinness World Records skateboarder, she's a little bit of a diva now. She's still very friendly and stuff, but sometimes she has this attitude or this look in her eyes. She's like, look at me, I'm a diva.
But Happy doesn't hold a candle to this fire-breathing dragon. A German engineering company created the world's largest walking robot. And it's fierce enough to draw knights into battle to save the damsel in distress. Victoria Kennedy, CNN, Atlanta.
On German's elections campaign trail, last night Angela Merkel's main challenger, Pete Stangler, received questions from more than 150 voters at an American-style town hall meeting. Pete Stangler and his Social Democratic Party are trailing Merkel's party in the polls. But as we hear in this DWTV report, Stangler believes victory is on his side.
As he explained his vision for Germany, potential voters asked questions on hot election topics like the SPD's plan for a national minimum wage and the use of temp workers. Steinbrück said his party can deliver on its promises.
I'm 18 years old, a first-time voter, and my question for you is whether you stand behind every point in your party's program.
I wouldn't be able to represent my party unless I did, and I believe our party can deliver on all our campaign promises. Many of the audience members' questions touched upon the Social Democrats' plan to raise taxes on Germany's top earners. Steinbrück says Germany needs the extra tax revenue to pay for improvements in infrastructure and education. Many also wanted to know whether the SPD would be willing to join a coalition with Germany's left party. I can't run a government with a left party, not on issues of foreign, European or economic policy. This was one of the last opportunities for Chancellor Merkel's main challenger to sell his party's program to voters before the election on September the 22nd.
We'll take a second break. We'll be right back. And before we end this edition of the news, a reminder of our headlines. The coastal settlements of Tanje, Sanyang and Gunjur have benefited from new fish smoking facilities thanks to the United Nations Development Program. Agriculture Minister Solomon Owens has launched a multi-million-dollar food and agriculture sector development scheme as the Gambia scales up the crusade against hunger and poverty. And U.S. Secretary of State John Kerry and his Russian counterpart Sergei Lavrov have been discussing the nuts and bolts of a proposal by Moscow to put Syria's nuclear arsenal under international control. That's all in this edition of the news. Thank you very much for your time. Enjoy the rest of our programs.
Discover the smiling coast of Africa.